Now, continuing on in Chapter 7, examining the area, the legend, which we did in the previous video. Now we're going to talk about the legend of the map unit, and then the next one we'll talk about the data map unit. But I'm going to come back over here to legend map unit before we start. Now, I could come in here and load up this data, and you'll notice that I've got 3 of these that are not in the local database, and that's fine. You can come down here and you can see some of these that are in the local database. And I could come in here and highlight a couple. Going back to my table editor, I can do a load related, and I can load the related map units. And notice I can use legend map unit area overlap, NASIS user. I want to choose map unit just so I can show you some map units. And this will load up 2 of the map units. And so I'm going to double click on the map unit, load up the map units, and sure enough, I'd forgot that I'd already loaded this entire legend up. So be it as it may, I at least showed you the process of doing a load related. So what we've got here is the list of map units that appear in this particular survey area. You'll notice the map unit symbol is bold and italic, meaning that it's a required field. Status is a required field also. And so you have to have both a symbol and a status for that particular map unit in order to add it to the legend map unit table. The legend map unit table is a linking table, and what it does is allows you to link that particular map unit to this particular legend. One of the new things that we've got here in NASIS 6.3, now to continue on, just to show you a new feature in NASIS 6.3, we had the legend text, the legend map unit text table, and that has always been in NASIS 6, but one of the things that we added in this version is the legend map unit history table. And this is used to supplement the map unit history table, and most likely will tend to override it. This is a duplication of the map unit history table, which I'll show you here in a little bit, but it's now designed to provide you the location to populate the history of the map unit as it exists in this specific legend. So just be aware that it is available to you now to use. Now, coming over to the map unit, what we're going to look at here is just the map unit table is basically just an independent table, independent object. And when you look at all the information that we've got in here, all it is just the map unit name, the kind, the map unit type. This is a new feature that we've got. And this one is designed to be able to identify, is it the MLRA map unit that we're creating through the SDJR process? Is it the original non-MLRA map unit, or is it a StatsCo map unit? And those are just 3 that we've come up with just in order to get this particular column and its domains set up. The national map unit symbol, I've discussed this many a time, is the base 31 of the record ID for this particular record in the map unit table. We also have linear feature width and then the point feature area. And both of these allow you to take a linear feature or a particular point and make them a map unit containing a set of soil components and properties for that particular component. So that's what those are used for, and they're very rarely ever used. Now, if we open up, you'll notice that we've got the data map unit from in the correlation table. We have the data map unit coming over as a band so that you can identify which data map units have been linked to this particular map unit and which one of those is the representative one for this particular map unit. The Constituent Acres is a column that was historically used to track the number of acres of individual map units, and as we combine map units, the total number of acres. It is not used frequently at all in the update process, so I really wouldn't be too concerned about it anymore. It had its purpose, but for now it's not used that often. Once again, here's the map unit history that I showed you. We've now got a legend map unit history. Shouldn't have any problems. You don't need to copy this information and put it in the legend map unit. Only thing you need to be aware of is when you're doing the map unit history for a survey area, put it in the new legend map unit history table. We have the map unit text. Once again, the map unit text is a very old table, so you're going to see a lot of correlation notes from historical information in these tables. Just overlook it. It's just tracks some of these older map units, and still useful information that you can come back in and find it. And then of course the other two is the map unit U.S. Forest Service tables, and I am not going to discuss those. They're not being used. So basically, to get from where we're at on the particular map unit, and we want to load up its particular data map unit, I could, as I've already done, load up the entire survey area and look at all the map units and data map units using a query. Or once again, I'm going to test something because I do not know for sure whether the data map unit has it, but I'm going to use the find related, and I'm going to find the related data map unit. And lo and behold, there it is right there. So I can open up the data map unit, and here is the information for that particular map unit, the data for that particular map unit. So I'm going to come over here real quick, and I'm going to best fit all of these so we can talk about it. I'm going to finish up this discussion on this point, and I'm going to start it in the next video because it's a really important point that I need to make and I need you to be aware of. What I want to show you is that in the data map unit table, we have obsolete columns called HEL. These were a program back in 1985 that we carried on until 1990, and we had actually put this information into the database, as you can tell. We've since regretted that decision and tried to remove that. Now, in addition to that, we have the interpretation focus, and what the interp focus is designed for is to give you a free-form note that allows you to talk about, is this cropland, is this urban land, whatever it happens to be. We also have the order in which this particular map unit was mapped. Remember, we've got a variety of orders mapped across the U.S. This is just one tool that we use to give us an indication of what order this specific one is mapped at. If you're not familiar with orders, then go in and review your information in the manual, in the Soil Survey manual. Now, we also have productivity index, and this is you're going to see several productivity indexes in the next video. But this particular one is for this map unit. Remember, it's a data map unit. And so this is an aggregated productivity index for the map unit itself. There is no crop associated with this particular productivity index. This is just a generic productivity index that some of the states have been using. This is a tool that we allow them to put that information in. In addition to this, the rest of the table is built on a set of state important interpretations. The Connecticut septic potential, the Iowa CSR, the New Hampshire and New Jersey and Vermont interpretations. We had no other place to put these at conversion from 3SD, and so this is where they sit. And these are important to those states, and so they're the ones that are going to be populating those. They have nothing to do with quite a few of you, so you can just come in here and just remove these from your list, and you don't have to deal with these anymore. So there we go. You can see how small I shrank this down to. And in addition to that, I want to go back and show you one very important thing about copying and pasting data map units. You'll notice that somebody here copied and pasted a data map unit during an SDJR project. And the instructions were to create a brand new data map unit. You can tell those that were created brand new versus those in which somebody copied and pasted the data map unit. This is the specific reason why we do not want data map units copied and pasted, because of the legacy information contained in the HEL tables. Someone needs to come in here, and since you cannot edit these and you cannot remove these columns, then basically you have to create a brand new data map unit and then copy the components into that new data map unit. And this is the reason why. So this ends the second video of Chapter 7, talking about the area, the legend, the map unit, and the data map unit. We just started with the data map units. In the next video, we'll take off from here, talk about what I just started, and continue on with data map units, components, and horizons. See you in the next video.